Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Everybody, what's good? Sean and Brad, A&B show. Check one. Make sure it's right. I'm Brad Tesh, one of your hosts. With me, as always, Sean Valancourt. Valancourt, if you want to be white about it. Is that the joke? Sean's got his drink out today. We're coming to you live and direct from Whidbey Island. Sean, real quick.
Hey.
Hello. Is there a better place in the world at a sunny 50 degrees than the PNW?
No, there is no better place in the world. This is so beautiful. I was just going to say, hey, Nova Scotia, suck it.
And everywhere else. Some of you got storms and snow and whatever else.
Oh, I'm sorry, you Haligonians. I miss you, jokers.
I'm not wearing shorts because it's hot. I'm out of the gym. So anyway, if you can see my legs, that's why.
Brad got his pump on.
Yeah.
I just had a church work day where you get to go out there and clean up all the land and everything. Not quite as demanding as a 1.5 hour gym workout there.
Yeah. Could be if you did it right, but it sounds like
Man.
Sean played skee ball for 45 minutes. Pretty sick cardio workout.
That's it. You don't know.
I do know. I also take care of a yard. And I still go to the gym. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy the things you can do if you put your mind to it, kids. Remember that. Anyway.
It's John Wick. It's John Wick over here, guys.
The John Wick of landscaping. John Wick of landscaping and time management.
He has sheer commitment of will.
It's true. You gotta be. I can see the horizon of death just creeping in. I gotta get some stuff done. I'm turning 44 this summer, man. I gotta get some things out of the way.
You're getting ready, eh?
Yeah.
Getting ready.
Yeah. I ordered a walker. It's got off-road wheels on it, and it's fitting and ready to go. Anyway, Sean, do you remember being 44?
I do. It feels like a long time ago.
It was.
It feels like a long time ago.
That's because it was. Anyway, we are beginning of April here. Opening day.
April Fools.
It's April Fools. I had to tell my kids last night, they were very fired up about April Fools. And I said, hey, here's the thing. You can run as many pranks on your mom as you want to, or each other. If you start with me, I'm ending with you. And they were like, deal. Don't start and it won't be nothing.
Uh-oh.
So, haven't got pranked yet. Day's still early. We'll see how it goes.
Well, isn't it supposed to be like by noon you're supposed to stop? Like there's some sort of...
Maybe in Canada. Maybe won't do it.
In Canada?
No.
In Canadian rules, afternoon you must stop
Midnight
because we're all
to midnight.
gullible.
Midnight to midnight here in the States. As long as your clock says April 1st on it. Free game.
Oh my goodness.
So be prepared tonight about 11:58, Sean. I got something for you.
Uh-oh.
If I could stay up that late, I would do it.
I know. I'm an old man. I'm sleeping. 11:58. You're calling me at 11:58 to play April Fools? That's the foolish one.
Well, yeah.
You're the fool because I ain't picking up.
If you think I'm calling for a prank, you're...
Or maybe I'm the fool.
You got me messed up. Say that out loud.
Oh my gosh. But having said that, April 1st, hard to believe, opening day, Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
It is here.
Yeah, pomp and circumstances opening day, right? Everyone has, they
nothing
roll
like
the carpets out.
It's nothing like it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Man, of all the openings that we see, opening day is my favorite.
I got to ask you something. Was that your first ever opening day that you got to go to? Like
No.
No?
I try to go to opening day every year.
Dude, awesome. Great on you. Last year was my first ever opening day, and so I know what you're talking about. That was unbelievable. I always feel let down that I never make it to opening day. So I couldn't believe it when I made it to that one last year. It was something special. Yeah. It's true. There's a certain magic in the air. There's a certain magic in the air.
Yeah, it just kept getting better and better. I was able to go to the Mariners opening day, which was cool. I had great seats, so shout out to my friends that have those seats that like to share them. And so we're sitting there, and they bring, they have the it's all crazy, right?
Do they know you have a podcast partner that loves to go to baseball games and hockey games too?
Yeah, but it's still early.
There's only so many tickets to go around, eh?
Oh, maybe. That guy's busy all the time.
He is busy.
He's always got something going on.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I never met him.
No, it's not about you.
You mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're the one that's busy all the time. Got stuff going.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Dude.
Maybe not factual. So anyway, sitting real close. They got the flag out. They bring out a girl that's out for John Legend. She blows the doors off the place. They fly the helicopters over, which is, a whole other side. Remind me to tell you something about the helicopters in a second. Place is going crazy. And they bring the players out, all the starters, and like Cleveland, bless their souls, are standing here watching this entire thing happen. It's like 15 minutes of like opening day stuff. They bring out the first pitch, and they decide to bring out some Seattle legends. So they bring out Casey Keller from the Sounders, and which is cool. And then they bring out Jewel Lloyd from the Storm, right? Also cool. I'm like looking down the tunnel because I can see where they're coming down.
It was a Marshawn Lynch coming
down. Yeah, and I look down there and I go. My buddy Jason looked down and goes, I see Gary Payton. And so I looked down to see Gary, and I saw Marshawn, And so we're like, so we got our phones out. Sure enough, here comes Gary Payton. And then here comes Marshawn. And we thought that was like the thing, And I've been blessed to see a lot of places and be in a lot of areas with athletes and, famous people. So I don't really get starstruck too much, and neither does my friend Jason. We just we'll talk to anybody about anything. That's how we met DK Metcalf, all those things, right? And all of a sudden, he made a noise that I was not familiar with, and he turned around. And his eyes were real big, like a 5-year-old, and he was like, "Junior's here." And I said, "What?" And we looked down the thing, and Ken Griffey Jr. is as far away from me as is you. And that was unbelievable.
Did you know? I think it's Cincinnati that's still paying his contract.
He's the fourth highest paid Cincinnati Red this year.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. It's like, what the?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
He's a hitting consultant for the Mariners and also has the major league contract.
That's crazy. That's probably the coolest thing about this whole entire story is Ken Griffey Jr. coming out there.
Unbelievable.
I mean, the rest of them, that's great.
Even we got to see Julio Rodriguez get his AL.
Did you guys win the first game?
Yeah.
3-run
home run, bottom of the 8th. Closed it out. Man, the place was electric, sold out. Just, and it's crazy because I didn't think that I would like the pitch clock, but the pitch clock is super fun because the game goes by fast, right? But then
I think offensively it's going to help too because
it does that and not having the shift, right? It's a lot of it's very interesting. It's a lot of it's more pure baseball, I think, and than it is analytic baseball. But the reliever, who turns out is really good for the Cleveland Guardians, had a moment and he couldn't get himself together because of the pitch clock, and so they gave him an automatic ball, and you could tell that he was shook and he couldn't figure out, and he threw another ball. Then he was waiting, and so the crowd started counting down the pitch clock like you would in like a basketball game, like 5, 4, and that guy was so shook. So anyway, he ended up walking a guy, hitting a guy, and then Cal Raleigh hit a 3-run homer and sealed the deal. But
wow.
Anyway, great night. Game time was like fantastic from the field. I mean, he's he didn't have a hit in the first game, but he still made some noise. But he's a phenomenal right fielder.
You can tell, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did a double play last night from the outfield, caught it, and threw the guy at home.
He's unbelievable, and I still don't know why the Jays got rid of him because I think it was to do with defensively. Honestly, I think it's because of George Springer. But we'll get into that in a second here. We'll get into
that's my, the game time, 2 hours, 6 minutes, perfect.
Yeah, look at that.
Just, all good things.
We're going to have to go to a game.
We will go to a game. I'll pencil you in. We can sit in the good seats.
I like it. I got to tell you right now that I think with the addition of Kevin Kiermaier and I forget who else that they ended out in the outfield there for the Jays because Gurriel's gone as well. But Kiermaier is doing center field, so that puts George Springer over to right field, which you're not going to get so much action.
Yeah.
I think they want to keep him more.
They're trying to keep his legs healthy?
I think so, because it's like, he's not a spring chicken anymore. But he isn't,
George, the no Springer chicken?
Yeah. But, I mean, like this
I'm
year.
gonna name my fantasy baseball team that.
This year, I think it's a heavily anticipated baseball season because of all the different rule changes. I think because of all of the moves that happen, and let's face it, I don't think people like Houston very much.
No one does.
Yeah. They don't. I mean, there are Houston fans out there, I'm sure.
Yeah, there are. They're loud and they're vocal.
Yeah.
They're also drunk most of the time.
Well, I mean, so are Jays.
That's what I've heard.
Same with Jays.
But they're
fans.
fun. They're fun drunks.
But I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to all the way through this season. That's the beauty part about baseball is that, it's the same thing as going to a game is that you can, fall asleep in the second, wake up in the sixth. Hey, you still got action going on.
In live, in person, you do that?
Yeah.
You fall asleep at the ballpark?
Only twice, but yeah. But that was alcohol induced.
I believe it. Never fallen asleep at the ballpark. I don't want to end up on the Jumbotron. There's always that guy in the Jumbotron.
Yeah, but you're fast asleep. How would you know? You don't know.
Yeah, the people I go with would make sure I knew.
All right. Quickly, from the little sample size that you got, who do you think is going to win Cy Young American League and Cy Young National League?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't tell you a National League pitcher probably at this point. The dark horse I think for the Cy Young is going to be George Kirby for the Mariners if he can get a solid workload in.
Okay. MVP.
It's got to be Ohtani.
I have to agree with you on that one. Yeah.
It's got to be.
I want to say he's going to have a magical season this year. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I remember there's a huge Angels fan I was talking to, and he was telling me how the Angels are going to take over Seattle this year in the West. And, I think the West is probably
the same one that thought that if Anthony Rendon...
Yeah, exactly. Same guy.
Rendon's about to miss 25 games probably. Did you see that?
What
happened? He got into an altercation and punched an Oakland A's fan on opening night.
That's a smart Anthony Rendon. I don't know what to think. What I can tell you is that the West is probably the jacked area of the American League. Yeah. Same thing with the National League too. Yeah. The West. Yeah. But the champion I think will come out of the East. I think everybody's sleeping on the East on both National League and American League. Everybody's sleeping on them.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of parity in baseball. It's gonna be fun to watch.
I'm looking forward to it.
I think, if you look out, I don't know that the Yankees got better. I'd argue that maybe they got worse.
I don't think they did.
And so that's why the East is, the way that I feel about the East.
Yeah.
Top to bottom for sure. I think you look in the Central and it's Cleveland. Cleveland's a good team. They're very fast.
Good team.
They love to get on base. They love to run. They're going to be dangerous if they can stay healthy.
They're good. They're going to win their division again. I don't think there's any question about that.
Yeah. So there's all that stuff kind of just floating around in the air out there. But I think to your point, the hard thing we see a lot in a lot of sports is when the divisions are very tough. It's hard for the champion to come out of those divisions because you've gotten beat up so many times during the year.
Exactly.
That it's hard to really get on a
And
roll.
then 9 times out of 10, because it is such a difficult division, that the wild card team is in that same division. They win their wild card game and then they have to face that team that they faced that many times. And it's like it makes no sense. There's no reason.
It's real hard, right?
Yeah,
when you've seen someone so many times. It's the same philosophy, I think, when you are a pitcher. Like the second time, you get 2 times through the batting order, the third time through the batting order, that pitcher's going to, unless he's got elite stuff that night, he's going to start getting hit around because they've seen him, And so once you've seen the pitchers and you've seen, you kind of understand.
It's
you played 12 games against that team, and now you're in a
80s,
series.
90s baseball anymore, where these guys were just going. I mean, these guys.
Well, even if you look in the dugout nowadays, right? There's guys that are watching their at bats on iPads in the dugout.
Absolutely, technology has advanced the game that much that you have.
Well, that's why we had to eliminate the shift.
That's exactly
right. It just was taking the fun out of baseball.
Although Well,
look at all the runs you've seen. I don't know how many games you've watched, but they're scoring again.
Buddy, right, 10-9. The Jays had to go and battle. It was
guys
a 10-9
are spraying
game.
the ball all over the field like they used to.
That's why I figured it was going to be an offensively minded game now. It's like,
which is way more fun.
Absolutely.
I love a pitcher's duel every once in a while, but I want a pitcher's duel league.
Yeah, but you better be getting strikeouts if you have a
That's
pitcher's duel. You know what I mean?
That's what this makes it have happened, right?
Yeah.
So we would watch Shane Bieber and Luis Castillo, right? Two stud pitchers run deep into the ball game, and just phenomenal pitching matchups, right? All the way through was great. And then last night, right, where the Mariners and they had two pitchers that weren't as good, it turns out, and they got smoked. Like the ball was all over the place. It was so much fun to watch.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I mean, absolutely.
So it's not defensively minded anymore, right? You can have a pitcher's duel where the pitcher is on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't
it's not like, that would have been a hit.
Yeah, you can't control in the shift. Yeah, absolutely. Where you're playing straight up, it's like, okay, now you have to play more. Okay, how are you going to play that
when the third baseman is taking the ball at
shortstop?
Second base? Or between short and stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you should have been playing straight up and let that guy actually hit.
That is absolutely. All right. This March Madness has been an interesting one. I mean, Alabama's gone. What were you saying? There's not one top 4 team left?
I think top 3. There isn't a top 3 seed in the Final Four. There's a couple of 4 seeds.
Is that the first time?
Yeah, first time ever. So
it's
crazy. Parity's alive. I mean, it's the transfer portal, it's technology, it's luck, it's all those things. You have a 9 seed in the Final Four, right? You got a bunch of teams that weren't expected to be maybe in the Elite 8 that are in the Final Four. All
right, so who's left there? Kansas? Is Kansas?
Nope, Kansas is not in.
They're not in. Okay.
They were a 1 seed. They got blown out.
Holy jeez. So who's
Kansas
left?
State was out. UConn's in there. Florida Atlantic's in there.
Oh my gosh.
I'll pull the bracket up.
UConn,
Florida Atlantic.
What the?
They're a 9 seed.
I know Bama got knocked off.
Mattress Mac, that famous bidder from Houston.
Yeah.
He actually signed an NIL money deal and gave the money to Florida Atlantic to fly their friends and family to the Final Four because they couldn't afford it. Because no one was planning on even going. FAU, San Diego State is in.
San Diego State.
In Miami, the powerhouse. The Miami Hurricane powerhouse college basketball team, said no one, are also in there. So,
This is interesting stuff, man.
Yeah. We're going to have a not. So it was always the blue bloods in college basketball, and the tournament's always fun.
Yeah.
We talked about how my favorite weekend in sports is the opening round of the NCAA tournament. But the Final Four is fun this year because it's not, the usual players.
You can't predict anymore now who's going to be there at that point.
No.
Yeah, that's.
You have a 4 seed, 2 5 seeds, and a 9 seed. Roll the dice. See who's
That's when sports is fun. When it's the people that you weren't expecting in there.
Speaking of fun, man, I don't know, how much you pay attention to, but the women's Final Four is also going on, and there's some really fun teams.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark from Iowa had a phenomenal game last night. Knocked off the number 1 team, South Carolina. She's got this swagger to her that is just unreal.
Wow.
A lot of fun to watch.
Wow.
So they'll be playing LSU for the final on Sunday.
I saw LSU, right? LSU, that's crazy.
Yeah, two upsets in the women's round 2 to knock the 1 seeds out, and there they are. So we'll be championship basketball last night, tonight. Tomorrow's the women's final, and Monday's the men's final.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's been a fun tournament.
Man, I mean, I can see why people go crazy over this. It's still not my favorite thing, but there are many Canadians that love March Madness. I mean, love it. They go nuts for it. It's like, for me, it's like, okay, yeah. But I could see the appeal, though, because it's one and done. It's like, this is going to get over and done with super quick.
Well, and in basketball, a lot like hockey or soccer, if a team gets hot,
you can
carries
go on a
through.
run. Exactly.
And so all you got to do is get on a 6-game run, which we know, like, you can catch a heater pretty quick.
Easy.
Right? In these sports. And so these one-and-done formats are awesome when it comes to that because you just don't know. Momentum's on your side. You might be able to run the whole thing out.
And it's a different thing for me. I mean, but even in like collegiate hockey, they do the same thing, one and done. But it's not 64 teams, right? No.
That's the fun of this is that it's 64 teams. So you might get a real small school like Florida Atlantic playing a UConn, right? Or whoever, San Diego State, or
you run a heater on that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and no one thought that going in. Everyone's good at that level.
That's crazy.
That's what makes it so fun.
Wow. No. I think with the with hockey it is 64 teams as well.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's 16 and 16, so it's 32.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe so. So it is. I mean, but of course, I mean, with me watching CHL, right? So there's a Memorial Cup for hockey, and so you're looking at WHL, OHL, and QMJHL, and they fight each other like
Those are all like the
they're
developmental
all
leagues. Is that the way to say it?
yeah, like basically 17 to 21, right? And then they go for their own championship, and then they end up going kind of like UEFA Champions League, where they go. That's the Memorial Cup, where the tops go in there to compete there to win the Memorial Cup. But that's a one and done. That series there is a one and done. You could have a best of 7 and all those other things. And so, like, growing up, it's interesting. Like with that,
I love this knockout round. The knockout round is fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun in soccer.
Yeah.
Right? World Cup knockout round is always fun. It's just any one where you got a heater like that.
It's better than aggregate. It's better than anything like that. Yeah.
Aggregate's stupid.
Yeah, I don't even get aggregate. It's like,
not anymore. I got it before, but now it doesn't.
It's like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. We were getting like riding, horse and buggy carriages across the country to get to wherever you're going to play soccer. I gotta get aggregate, but now you're flying first class.
Yeah, there's no reason.
Come on,
aggregate.
Stop being silly.
Moving over from NCAA to the professionals, NBA playoffs.
Yeah, it's an interesting time.
Lakers are in that play-in.
For right now, they are.
The Raptors are in the play-in. Yeah. The Raptors. Yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Nick. What's going on with Nick Nurse? Nick Nurse feels like he's in his feelings. Like
what do you mean?
Like him and Drake have been hanging out.
They haven't been hanging out, or they are?
Yeah, it feels like they are. Today I read an article about how he said he's going to take some time in the off season to decompress and take stock of himself and see if he wants to continue. And
really,
it's not what you want to hear from a coach in a playoff hunt.
No. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting stuff. I mean, the thing is that what are you supposed to do, right? Because you do have technically you have the Raptors really have no superstars. That's the thing right now. They have stars.
Yeah.
Like Fred VanVleet is a star. Pascal Siakam is a star.
Yeah, he is.
But there's no real.
Scotty Barnes is going to be one.
He will be a star. I don't know about a superstar, but he'll be a star.
Yeah.
I also like. I can't think of his name right now. We traded Norm
Gary
Powell.
Trent Jr.
Gary Trent Jr. I think that guy is amazing. I'm surprised he didn't get traded away. Actually,
they wanted him for a run.
Yeah. So I mean, that's awesome for the Raptors. You don't want to hear that about your head coach, though. I don't understand what's going on there. I mean, Nick Nurse is. He was blessed, man. He came in first year. You get coach of the year because you go all the way to the championship. But quite honestly,
he took over for a guy who won coach of the year.
Dwayne Casey.
Got fired.
Yeah, I know. So it's like
he had a roster. He inherited a good roster.
I thought Dwayne Casey got really unceremoniously.
Yeah, that was not a good look for the Raptors organization.
No. But they did win a championship, though. With that, I mean, they did, right? Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know.
It worked out.
I don't know what to think on that. But the Lakers are doing better without LeBron James. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, it's hard.
Clippers look good.
Yeah, Clippers are fun. Sacramento, I really, really want to like the Kings because they play fun basketball and like they haven't been in the playoffs in 16 years.
Yeah.
But they almost relocated to Seattle, and then Kevin Johnson, the former Phoenix Suns point guard that's now the mayor of Sacramento, like thwarted that like last minute. And so I have this hatred for the Sacramento Kings. I just can't enjoy it.
Man.
So it's interesting too. I kind of have forgot about this, because it didn't really happen much during like the pandemic, but a lot of teams, like the top 3 teams that are pretty cemented in, they start really trying to establish dominance in the regular season.
Right.
At this point, right? They're seeing a lot of hard fouls. They're really starting to set the tone of who's the alpha going into the playoffs to try to get into their heads ahead of these, 5 and 7 game series. So that's fun to watch.
I am of the mind right now that, like, okay, so Boston I thought was going to run over everybody, but Milwaukee's back number one there, right?
Yeah.
In the conference. So I mean,
man, Giannis is a sneaky MVP candidate.
know.
Everyone's saying it's Jokic and Joel Embiid, right, or
Embiid,
1-1,
exactly.
you know, or neck and neck. But man, Giannis is just quietly sliding in.
He's there. I don't think Jokic is going to win it, only because he's won it twice back to
I think
back.
he deserves to win it, though. This is the best. Like, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that he's having the best season now than he had in his MVP seasons.
Right.
And dominating everyone else like he
Right.
did. How do you not get? You just don't give to him because
Because you got two? I hear you.
That's a real
I hear
soft
ya.
argument for me.
That is.
It's not like he regressed.
But you are looking at Embiid having an amazing season.
Yes,
over there
but
in
not more
Philadelphia.
amazing than Jokic.
No, I agree.
That's
with
what I'm
you.
saying.
Yeah.
Like, if you
Yeah.
take the luster off the MVP trophy, if you're giving it to a guy that
Yeah.
is doing better.
I think you don't award it until you see.
And you know who wins when their team, when they're not playing? The Sixers. When Embiid's down, guess who still wins? The Sixers. Jokic goes out, Nuggets.
Oh yeah, they're not. Yeah,
They're terrible.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
That plus minus,
right?
the same thing for Giannis, right?
Yeah.
That's, you know.
Brooklyn is.
They might make some noise in the playoffs,
Yeah,
too.
I know. I mean, good,
Wouldn't that be
good for them.
something?
Good for them. That's all I could say.
I hope
Because,
so.
You know.
I hope they make a good run.
Yeah, because
They got saddled with that terrible Ben Simmons deal, which is sad in a lot of ways, and you know all these other things they had going for them. Wouldn't that be something if Brooklyn made a deep run in the playoffs?
especially since you got rid of so much talent in order to get like you signed two superstars onto your team. Then you made a trade for another one.
Yeah.
And it just couldn't
none of
work.
them are back.
It couldn't work, and none of them are there, and you're still in the playoffs. Meanwhile, I think two of them are going to play the playoffs. One of them is like carted off to the side already, you know,
Yeah.
because he rolled his ankle during practice.
Oh, he's playing again. He played.
Is he back?
He's played a couple nights.
Yeah, until he rolls his ankle again. He's not doing anything. Phoenix is doing nothing this year. Okay,
I
Phoenix
mean, they're
is
still
doing
the 2 seed.
I know they're doing nothing this year.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. I think that's just me speaking now, and now me as a fan, I want to see Phoenix just implode so bad.
I've gotten a lot of joy watching Dallas implode since getting
Just kidding.
Kyrie. Luka came out last week and said it's not fun anymore, and it's more off the court than just on the court, and
Yeah,
like you not been paying attention.
I got no love for some of these superstar NBA players, and then they're crying and whining and everything. You know, like you have a look at. Football players. Some of them do cry and whine as well, but usually they're just called a wide receiver. But it's like,
It's fair.
but I mean, like quite honestly, the whole sport in the NBA seems like it's just a bunch of whiners and criers. You know.
Well, we're tall and we're sensitive.
You know, now in the NHL.
So talk to us about the NHL playoff picture. Like, let's segue into that.
Buddy, I told you. And I don't know why Seattle decided not to do one single move. Because you went right down to the wild card. I'm like, oh my goodness.
And why is it? Let's
Well-
see if we agree here. What's the one move they should have made?
Well, they needed another goaltender.
There
They
you
needed
go.
a goaltender.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
Martin Jones went down. Right now you're depending on Grubauer. Grubauer has been holding in games, but he isn't the
No, he
guy.
hasn't. He's been giving them up. He's the reason we're in the wild
You
card.
know, you lost your top scorer for a little while there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was unfortunate right at the All-Star break.
You know-
I still think though that, you know, if you look at the Kraken losses over the last, let's just call it 3 weeks, they've been scoring 4+ goals
Yeah,
and losing.
it's exactly it. But let's face it.
Losing, Sean.
Yeah, you cannot go into this playoffs with no real good goaltending.
Yes.
That's why I
No
look
matter
at
how many goals you
Edmonton.
score, if
Yeah.
you score 4, you should win, right? Isn't that
Edmonton,
fair?
yeah, you would think. Like you look at Edmonton, and they're going to have the same problem right now. I think they have that Skinner kid that's going to be holding them in because Jack Campbell isn't the guy, and that's a problem with Edmonton. Every time they go to the playoffs, they don't have a goaltender. You could score the lights off of everybody. Doesn't mean nothing if you don't have a goaltender. You need to be able to stop the pucks coming in on your side. Although, having said that...
Because what wins championships?
Goaltending.
Defense.
And defense.
Which is goaltending.
Yes. I will tell you right now, I do not... I think it's Minnesota that would get Seattle. I think so. And I do not envy Minnesota having to face... I don't envy any team having to face Seattle.
No, because if we put it together, you get on a heater.
That's exactly it. If
There's enough talent there. They can run you out of the barn.
They're not a bad team. That's the thing. They have enough players to go, and they have depth because they have enough players. Barn. They can.
It's absolutely. A goaltender. We're a goaltender away.
This could be, but irritating. I mean, you don't know if Grubauer just decides.
I do know. He doesn't do anything.
If he decides, that's it. You're in there. You're in. You know, it's the same.
Remember, I was all excited about him when we got him. I thought it was something.
Yeah, but I think I was the only one that burst your bubble.
You were like, nah, he sucks.
Do you remember I even told you that? I'm like, yeah.
I do. Guess what? He sucks. Sean was right.
Now, having said all this, Boston is doing something we haven't seen since 1976. They have a chance right now to tie, or if not break, Montreal's all-time wins record. They were heads and shoulders above anybody in the race. Having said that, as it is right now, I believe they either have to face... Well, Pittsburgh right now is in the lower portion, but Florida's nipping at their heels. There's Florida. Buffalo is, I think now, we could say, put a fork in them, they're done. You know. But Pittsburgh... Boston, first round.
Yeah, the blue-collar towns.
What do you think about that?
I think Sidney Crosby has one last run in him. Let's see it happen.
I would love to see that happen.
Sorry,
I would
Reed.
love to see...
Reed, if you're listening, please plug your ears.
I would love to see Boston pull a Tampa Bay and get swept in 4 like Columbus did to them.
I thought that was more of a Leaf thing.
No. Leafs never got swept, all right? We always take it to 7, buddy. All right? We're just heartbreakers.
Which is worse.
This is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But you know what? The money line right now is on the Leafs this year getting through the first round.
It always
I don't know
is.
about any of them. Nope, stop it. It's on the Leafs. Against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Okay? So it's, again, Toronto-Tampa. So we
as it stands today, or that's pretty locked in?
That's pretty much locked in. That's what it's going to be. And Toronto hosts.
So if you have the ability to put down $100 on that series,
dude, I remember.
I know what your heart says.
25 years ago, never bet in your heart.
But
man.
what does your heart? What does your wallet say? What does your wallet say?
I'm going Leafs still. I am. And it's not for my heart right now. This is completely. We got tougher, meaner. We have a better goaltender, Ilya Samsonov.
Samsonov.
Yeah, I think we got.
Does he have long hair at least?
No, but he likes him. It's a Russian goaltending duo battle there. I mean, Vasilevsky. You probably haven't, but it switched. At one point, it used to be French Canadian goaltenders. Everybody wanted a French Canadian goaltender, like Roy, like Brodeur. Yeah. Now it's all Russian goaltender. Everybody wants a Russian goaltender. It's like that's the thing. That's the thing to have. So I don't know. But
do you even have Russian goaltenders anymore? Or are they all still in service?
What are you talking about? Vasilevsky, Samsonov.
I figured they would have all been called back for the war at this point.
Shesterkin. Is Ovechkin gone back?
Oh, he's over 30. I figured anyone 30 and younger was serving the motherland at this point. No?
He's over 30. Man, my wife was looking at a picture of Ovechkin, and she was there going, like, he looks old. He looks...
And then you're like, he's 38.
Yeah.
He's old for hockey.
Yeah. She thought he was 40. The thing is that he could play... He's going to smash Gretzky's record. Did you see he has 40-something goals right now? If you didn't have Connor McDavid absolutely destroying everybody, looking like he might get 70 this year, just running through competition, this guy's having another amazing season, you know?
Yeah, I take a little bit off of Connor because he got to learn and watch so much from the greats, but Ovechkin doing it still at his age is
It's
It's a
uncanny.
feat. It's a feat.
It's unbelievable. You don't think that. And 40 that many times? 13 times? 40?
No.
That's unbelievable.
No.
He's gonna break. That's already one record he broke with Gretzky. He's gonna break Gretzky's all-time goal record.
Do they retire his number the same way they seem to have retired Gretzky's? Because no one wears 99 anymore, right?
No, not in the National Hockey League. Nobody wears 99.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do they do that?
Did they retire 8 altogether?
Yeah.
It's a possibility because, I mean, who else could wear 8? There's nobody else that can wear 8 now. The grade 8. Yeah. I mean, come on. Who can wear 8?
A good nickname, the grade 8.
Yeah. I mean, nobody wears Lemieux numbers. Nobody's going to wear Crosby numbers.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you have to stop because it gets to be too crazy. Like, that has to be rarefied air. I'm surprised that the NBA hasn't done that with 23, to be honest with you.
I know. I'm shocked to see other people wearing 23 as well. It's like, but Jordan, I mean, not Jordan, but LeBron has changed his numbers so many times, though. He was 23.
Just twice.
Yeah.
From 23 to 6.
Yeah, sure. To 99. To
LeBron has been 99. It's not Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, there's only 199, my friend. Only one.
Travis Pastrana?
No.
Oh.
No.
J.J. Watt?
Sapp? No. J.J. Watt? No.
Who's the better 99, Warren Sapp or J.J. Watt?
Ooh, good question. I'm going to go say J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
And is nothing against Warren Sapp. I mean, he actually has one thing that J.J. Watt doesn't have, and that's a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, J.J. Watt has 3 things that Warren Sapp doesn't have.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and one of them has an affinity for hookers and blow.
Yeah, one of them has his own shoe.
Yeah.
You know.
So, I don't know, man.
I never saw the story where J.J. Watt was selling his Jordan collection to pay back child support.
Very true. Very true. I know a guy who told me about how he was pretty, and I told him that's borderline racist, but he met Warren Sapp in Prince Edward Island. And Warren Sapp apparently is a big fisherman, and he was out there. They were partying. Then he started getting drunk, and he called Warren Sapp Flavor Flav. And Warren Sapp wanted to tear him limb from limb.
Yeah.
And Warren Sapp could have easily tore him limb from limb. And I'm like, dude, that's kind of, I don't care how alcoholic you are, that's kind of borderline racist, man.
It's not even borderline. That's it's a bridge too far.
Like you're telling a 300-pound plus man that he's Flava Flav is like, nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah, someone who's been violent their whole life.
And that's the worst
You know
part,
what I mean?
because apparently he was pretty cool to hang out with fishing.
Yeah, I believe he was.
And then this little guy just all of a sudden decided he sniffed his one too many bottle caps, and that was it. It was.
Is that Canadian code for Coke or?
No, that's Canadian code for drinking beer for Americans. You just sniff a bottle cap and you get drunk.
Checks out. Checks completely out.
All right.
Speaking of being drunk,
Who do you think's going to win the Stanley Cup first off?
the Penguins.
Come on, man. Realistically, come on.
Dead serious.
Man.
I think they're going to catch a heater. Yeah, they're going to catch a heater. They're going to run through Boston, and they're just going to be on one. And
on one of them. Wow.
Why not?
Okay.
What's the worst that could happen?
I'm going. I was about to say.
You talk about your heart now, or
I was about to say the Leafs because they're due, but I got to be honest.
because they're due.
Yeah, because they're due.
What, every 30 years?
No, this is 50, but just
Whatever.
Yeah.
Right. I think Seattle had a hockey team the last time you won a cup.
dang. I think though that honestly, so I want the Leafs. I want the Leafs to win.
Yeah, you didn't
I
ask
do.
me who I want
do.
to win the cup.
I think
you said who I think is going to win the cup.
Yeah, I don't think Pittsburgh's winning it though. I don't. That's interesting. I think the Rangers probably pulled this one off.
Yeah, I saw them live. They weren't that great.
What, just recently?
Yeah, New Year's Day.
Okay, so that's still before the trades. No.
I
You
don't like their makeup.
That trade, man.
I don't like the bench. I don't like the way the coaching staff operates.
They are dangerous right now. Like now you have Kane and Tarasenko. And that right there, he's probably going to be right. Pittsburgh wins the cup right there.
Just saying.
Oh my gosh.
Those mid-season trades don't usually work out when the pressure's on.
Oh my god.
You get in the pressure cooker. You only got guys that played 20 games together. They're not going to be gelling.
Man.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to be talking about it because, like, in another 2 weeks, NHL playoffs are on. Yeah. You're invited to my house to watch some Leafs games. What do you think?
I don't think I'm going to be doing that.
What do you think?
I'll come over and watch the Kraken play, but I'm not going to watch the Leafs. I like to watch grown men cry.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
This is at a wedding. Even then.
Oh. All right, what's happening? What's happening with NFL free agency? Then?
I think the biggest story is this Lamar Jackson deal.
Yeah, what is going on? Does he have the worst? Does he have the worst agent or what?
Well, he is his own agent, so there's that. Which 10% of $250 million is real money. So I get why you want to be your own agent. Interesting that really no one wants to talk to him. If you're the Jets, okay, you're the Jets. And you have to give up draft compensation and pay Aaron Rodgers, who's, 8 to 10 years older and maybe won't play next year.
Right.
Or you can give up 2 first-round picks and pay Lamar Jackson the same money. Why don't you take Lamar Jackson? Especially if you can't get a deal done right now.
I still don't know.
Green Bay's been trying to trade to the Jets for 2 weeks. They can't get a deal done. If you're the Jets, why are you not calling the Ravens and seeing what's happening?
It's interesting. I don't know. There's something that, there was a reason why he went number 32 in the draft. And now nobody wants to take the chance with him.
Yeah, Baltimore's smearing him, right? They're saying that he doesn't have good sleep habits and that his eating habits are less than optimal, and that's why he was missing games. And we all knew that he had to go take a deuce right in the middle of the game there. But maybe those his nerves. Who knows? You don't know what that necessarily like. Yeah. Not because he was eating Sour Patch Kids. You know what I mean?
I totally agree with you. All I'm saying is that I don't know. Like he's progressively become better at throwing the ball.
Yeah.
From first season to now.
Yeah. He's done things that no one else has ever done at the position. He's won an MVP.
Yeah.
He's taken teams deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
His teammates all love him. Why won't you give up 2 first-round picks for him? You're going to give
Has he taken teams deep into the playoffs?
Yeah, they've been a while. They've been all the way to the divisional rounds.
That's not that deep, though.
No, or the conference championship at least once.
I don't think they've been to the conference championship.
Yeah, early on.
No, early on, I don't think he could win a game.
The playoff game? Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, I don't think so. So maybe if that's the only blemish, though. You're the Jets. You haven't been to a playoff.
Yeah, but you got the weapon. Like he hasn't had a number one receiver, a true number one receiver.
No. He's literally had to be his own number one offensive weapon.
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't know why.
You have the talent that you have as the Jets right now. Why? Between Aaron Rodgers and Lamar, it feels easy. It feels like a slam dunk.
Yeah, especially it being the Jets. You got money to throw around too.
Yeah,
it's like
pay the guy.
What's a couple of first round draft picks? Look at what you draft pick anyways.
Yeah,
look at what you pick.
Yeah,
you pick garbage. As
They're picking
Jets.
like 12.
The Jets pick garbage.
What I'm saying, right?
Geno Smith.
Listen,
and I'm sorry, he's on Seattle. I know, but it took him some time to mature.
Yeah, absolutely. It took him 12 years. It's fine.
It took some time to mature.
Zach Wilson's a bust, right? Send him a first and a third to Baltimore. Let Harbaugh try to see if he can fix Zach Wilson.
Yeah, why not?
Negotiate it out. Sign him on the deal.
But I also think that they're treating Lamar Jackson like a nobody, and he's the only thing that's been keeping Baltimore. He's 28
years old. He's in his prime.
I know. He's the only thing that's been keeping Baltimore competitive.
Relevant, yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah. So I think it's actually a silly move on Baltimore's. And the fact, I think New York right now, The Jets are probably looking at, they just want that guy. They want Aaron Rodgers. I think they just have tunnel vision. They have tunnel vision on them.
That's why they're the Jets.
That's exactly it. Well, they look at the way they draft.
Stupid.
But honestly,
I really thought that Robert Saleh was going to go there and get some stuff done and make some moves and figure it out.
Yeah, but you also were like worshiping at the ground of Robert Saleh, and I'm just like, he
was a good defensive coordinator.
Yeah,
That team did well last year. They have a really good roster.
They do.
Outside of the quarterback
They do
position.
have a really good roster.
Outside of the quarterback position.
Just the most important position that you need to have somebody
they
there.
swung and missed on the BYU kid.
Well, he was too.
Again, why would you draft a quarterback, right? But like quarterback, I would argue is the hardest position to draft for.
Yeah, but look at Trevor Lawrence. Well, we were giving him all sorts of grief, and then he turned it around. He was like
Trevor
amazing.
Lawrence won in college.
That's exactly it. He has. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But how many of those guys are there?
There's not much. I mean, if you want to make the argument, look at Patty Mahomes because he's at Texas Tech.
Yes, but that's one out of how many?
That's exactly it. I mean, it's tough.
Right?
It's tough.
So if you could get in his prime NFL MVP quarterback,
why wouldn't you go for it? I totally agree.
Why would you go for someone 10 years longer that maybe
won't
play
that
next
they
year?
have tunnel vision. That's the only thing.
Dumb.
That's the only thing that makes sense. It's like, we can have Aaron Rodgers and put butts in seats. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Ayahuasca's not that big in New York.
What's not that big?
Ayahuasca. You don't have any fans there.
What do you mean, ayahuasca? They're in New Jersey, man. They're sharing with...
Sure. But does ayahuasca a big deal in New Jersey? The psychedelic. Aaron Rodgers needs to be on the West Coast.
What are you talking about, ayahuasca?
That's Aaron Rodgers' jam.
What?
Man does ayahuasca and lives in a cave for 5 days in the dark.
What the heck?
Think that guy gets any play downtown?
Oh my gosh! What the... He's just naming off New York places they're in.
Ayahuasca's a drug. It's not even in New York City.
Ayahuasca?
Yeah.
What is
it's
that?
a psychedelic.
What is it, like peyote?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's the mushroom version of peyote, as way I understand
that's
it.
right. You should be microdosing.
Yeah.
That's right. Aaron Rodgers is microdosing.
Yeah, ayahuasca was a town in New York.
It's like Tonawanga, whatever the heck they have there. I mean, come on, man. You're killing me here. You're killing me. I don't know what this stuff is.
Okay, well.
You and your drugs.
I just read all I do is read the news.
That's all he does is read the
all
news.
I do is read the news.
And participates.
Never done ayahuasca. Or any hard drugs.
No, he's never done that.
I just do the legal stuff.
The legal stuff. There we go. Legalized. Yeah.
Alcohol.
Anyway. Alcohol.
Anyway.
It's ayahuasca. Now I'm going to be sitting there. I'm just thinking it's a town in New York.
Yeah.
By the way, this is going to get... No, it's going to have to stay.
It's got to stay, otherwise it won't make any sense.
So, yeah.
Bobby Wagner coming back to Seahawks. Think it's a big deal?
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Massive.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's about time.
When was the last time you remember 90% of the players taking to social media and basically just demanding that a team resigns a free agent?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But it's deserved,
Yeah, 100%.
It's good.
They need the leadership.
But did Wagner did he flip off the
No, that was Earl Thomas.
That was Earl Thomas, okay. Yeah. So
Who then managed to, go almost get shot by his wife because he was having an affair on something.
Listen, the Legion of Boom had some problems after that Super Bowl.
But that was
It
did not include Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
The rest of those fellas.
The rest of them were ready to throw anybody under the bus. I don't know. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Denver and with Russell Wilson this year, second year.
And Sean Payton's going to either make a difference or not.
That's exactly it. I'm interested to see that. I'm actually excited to see what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see how far it goes. I mean, Russell's going to have to really respect Sean Payton because that's what it comes down to for Russell. Is if he respects the leadership, then he's going to be in.
Super Bowl coach.
Yeah.
Legendary coach.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. Yeah, you have to. All right. I think we're coming down to that time where we get a one-on-one question.
A what?
Question.
Oh. I thought that was a town in New York.
This guy, he's dropping drugs on me. I'm there going, what is this guy talking about?
Not dropping drugs.
Tanawanga? What?
Not dropping. Ayahuasca's like one of the oldest things. The Indians do it. Like, I can't believe you.
No, I know peyote.
That you are.
Peyote. What? I do mushrooms. I don't do mushrooms. I'm straight laced.
History.
Straight laced mushrooms.
So we should have stopped. One-on-one question. Sean.
Yes.
Growing up, is there a habit that you did that you thought was normal, and then you realized maybe suddenly that it was not normal?
Yes.
Can't wait to hear it.
I'll show you. I thought that this was so cool. The one hand clap because I have such control on my wrist. Yeah.
Well, for you folks that are listening, that was Sean one-handed clapping. That was not what it sounded like.
What do you think of that? Can you do that?
I've never tried. I've never thought that. I'm not going to try it right now.
You gotta strike that wrist there. Yeah. Make that wrist not move. Yeah.
I like to have the mobility in my wrist. I don't know where you come from or what you do, but
oh, come on, man. Give it a try. Give it a
I can't do it.
All right.
I don't have that kind of Fijian control.
Isn't that cool, though?
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like your talent. You're going to take it to the talent show. You do it with both hands? Oh, man, like you can get... Oh, it's so weird looking. It's so weird. Okay, folks, I don't know what number this is on the radio, but if you're just listening, you need to go find the video and just look at Sean with his double-handed claps.
It's pretty cool, right? Yeah. Super cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I got a question for you. All right. So you are there in a campground, and you realize that you're in a campground that you can take showers in and everything, but you decided that you want to save money. Do you save money and not take the shower? Or do you spend the $275 to take a shower?
I spend the $275 to take a shower.
Every day? You're there for 5 days.
I mean, what am I doing during the day?
I don't know. You're camping.
I mean, what are we doing? We hiking? Are we swimming? Or what are we doing?
You're doing camping stuff.
What's camping stuff?
Fishing.
I'm probably not taking a shower every day.
Yeah.
Takes away from the lore of it, doesn't it? I mean, you got
a little swimming.
A little manly, right? A little sticky.
Little swimming.
Yeah.
You're
showering every day when you go camping?
I never shower when I go camping.
Yeah, I believe that about you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I never shower because, you know what? I don't want to get eaten by bugs. So if I smell like the outdoors...
You think that's the thing?
That's the thing. That's the way that it works. You see, if you smell...
So people that are attracted, like the mosquitoes are attracted to good hygiene?
To your clean hygiene, exactly. Huh. So if you smell like an elk, you'll be fine. You'll blend in.
All right. Well, kids, follow Sean on his Instagram for more personal hygiene philosophy. That wraps it up. I don't even know what episode number we are on here. Do you know where we are?
We gotta be close to 100.
Yeah. Man, we're going to celebrate 100.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'll tell you how to make Turkish delight.
Okay.
Next week.
Full recipe coming next time. Kids, until then, be good or be good at it.
Righto.